Okay, the next morning, let's check on the fish and see how they're doing. Oh, much better looking. Oh, look, all the redness is going away in the tail. That was bright, deep red. So that tells me it's not a sickness or disease, it was only stress. So maybe from his pond not running, maybe it was building up with ammonia a little bit because they were red when we got there. And then we stressed them more by bringing them home and, you know, catching them in net and putting them in the water and catching them in net again and putting them into here. So now that I see that they're clearing up and looking way better, nice and bright, water's cleared up, we can go ahead and acclimate these guys and put them right in the pond. Which will be, let me show you, we're going to have to take them from here, right through here, all the way back here. We've still got to move this stuff out of our way. But right to here, and then out here, which this back deck is a mess. Still got the Dwight Howard facade out here and stuff. Into our big pond. This is where they will be going. It's cold out here. Let me zoom in and see if we can see some of the koi in here. There we go. There's some over there. There we go. We can see some down underwater there. Alright. Back out of there. So this is where they will be going. And, you know, of course we'll video everything. Oh, there's a big guy right there. There's one of the big ones. You can see a little bit of frost on the water right there. We've seen ice build up on this side and that corner, but nothing from the waterfall on down all the way over to that corner. There was no ice. Okay, so you've seen where they're going to go. I'd say that's about 50-foot walkway from here to there. And we'll get some people over here. Remember, his arms were all red on the side. All the redness has gone away. There's a little bit of fin shredding left, but that just tells me it was only stress. So blood gets in their tails when they're stressed like they were. So I was worried that it could have been some sort of sickness or something been released from, you know, all the stress, but no, they're all doing good and they're looking good. Look at this guy. They're beautiful koi. Like I said, he's 32 inches. He's 30 inches. There's some big boys in here. Everybody wonders what we're doing with the catfish. We're going to take them and put them into the natural pond in the far back of the land where the bass and the bluegill are. So they can go in there and keep the bluegill community down a little bit, maybe. Like in nature. I hate to, you know, have that happen, but the bass are already eating baby bluegill. That's how nature is, and I don't mean it to be that way, but you know, they're in a nature's pond, so natural pond. It's a ecosystem. That's just how things are. I mean, frogs and toads go in there and lay eggs, and then baby frogs, and they get eaten. It's just how nature is. Nothing I designed and wanted, but because there's bass and bluegill in there, they're going to be eating on each other, and that's all there is to it. So I can't do nothing about it. You know, summertime I feed them, but okay. Now this is the third day that they've been here, and look how much that redness is gone. So it was just stress. We're going to definitely today move these guys out into the pond. I'm completely happy with the fact that they're not diseased, nothing like that. They're good. They're looking awesome. The water smells good. You know, because the water smells off. There's something in the water and that kind of stuff. But their fins of all the redness have gone away. They are just looking gorgeous. So we are going to move these out into the pond like I said I was going to yesterday, but for sure today. They're looking awesome, and they're beautiful koi. So
all right guys, change of plan. You guys, last we said we were going to take these guys out to the outdoor pond, but it is 30 some degrees out there. This water, the coldest we can get it in this room is 50 degrees. That's way too big of a temperature difference.
Exactly.
And we just came out and discovered a leak in this blue pond. It is patchable, but we have to drain it to adhere when it's dry for the patch for this material to work. So
what did that make us do?
We opted to do something else for the meantime. So if you look right over there, you can see the fish tank is being filled.
No way, it's being filled.
We're ready for koi.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the koi out of this leaking tub that we have no more time with, because I don't know if you can see the leak. It's right down here. See the ground's all soaking wet down there? So it is leaking down there. So Josh is catching the koi for me, and we're going to put them up into the Matt's Monster Fish tank. And we're going to take all of the...
See, a cute tank like this deserves to be a koi tank. They can't stick no mud. I'm joking.
We're going to take all the channel catfish and put it into the tank in the fish room, and we're just putting the koi up here to give them more room, because they're coming out of a 1,000-gallon tub going into a 750 tank, but that 1,000-gallon tub was only filled halfway, which was 500. So this is giving them actually more room. Oh, look at that big boy.
Floor space is key with big fish. You can have the gallons and it only be 4 foot by 4 foot, but it could be 6 foot tall.
Look at all the red is gone off of their body. They're ready to go into the pool. Well, he's got a little bit of stress now, but all the red was gone off of their fins. Let me look over here. Josh, hang on a second and show you. Go ahead, run behind me. The pond's at 33 degrees and foot down, so these are at 50, so we don't want to make that big of a difference in coldness. So even acclimating them, that's a big change, a big difference. But if you look at these guys now, we're filling it up with their water from here that we just did a water change on today. So we'll put them up here and we'll put the same filter right back on them. Oh, you like that new net?
For this application, it's a bit deep, but I love the net.
The nets are awesome, guys. Thank you guys so much. We're going to watch Josh. He's going to take them from there and put them over here. What this is going to do is buy us more time until we can get a nice warm day where the temperature comes up higher in the pond outside. Because in here it'll stay, in the 50s. Because we don't heat the air in here. We only heat the water in the pool. And we're not pumping water up to here. They were on their own system with that filtration. So they're going to stay cool, but not as cold as outside is the problem. So when it gets warm outside, and that day is the day we can move them out to the pond. I'm completely happy with moving them straight into our pond now. All the redness went away, and we can tell it wasn't a disease, it was just stress. So we're happy with it. Some would ask why you're not using the koi sock, Josh.
I can't really lift that above my head into this tank right now.
Right. People don't understand a lot of that, different little things, the logistics of things. But this tank here is, at 8 foot tall. Josh is 6 foot, and he's got to lift it way up and then put it down in. So we have to use a net that has a extendable handle. So we can't use the koi nets right now.
All right, guys, so we just got done moving all these fish. It was a job and a half.
Look at all the room over here. Got our couches back.
Got that
Nice.
blue pool outside. It's big eyesore. Now we got all the filtration up here on top of the tank. These were the barrels that were on them, so it'll be adequate. We're actually going to add bigger pumps to them so we can clear this water up just a little bit more. Add a little bit more mechanical filtration, and we'll be good to go. So,
well, even down there in the 1,000-gallon pool, these filters right here kept that crystal clear. When we started this, the water was clear. After moving them and pumping their water up here, it's a little cloudy. The filters by tomorrow will have it back clear. Plus, you just added medicine in there, and that made it milky. That's the medicine you used was Melifix?
And PREDATORY.
Okay, and both of them were a milky whiteness, and so it's going to be milky overnight. It'll clear it by tomorrow.
So
but
we were getting to that. So you've seen all the blood that was in the tails of the koi.
yeah, remember how red their tails were, and we were worried about the redness and all that? That's going away, and you see some blood lines in the tail, so the stress has gone down. But go ahead, Josh.
There's still some things we're going to keep our eye on. Like if you look on this guy here, you kind of see these blotchy spots. So that's why we ended up medicating. And there's another one.
This guy. See
yeah.
the red blotchiness on his side? Right there. And then there's another one right here, his butthole. That's why we put Prazi in there. So I don't want to add these to our river or our pond until we get these all healed up and everything good. Then we can add them.
So I was just about to say that same thing.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, so now the koi are basically going to sit here until spring because I don't see that pond.
Well, unless we have a warm day outside, you know, because right now this is what we temperature that at 54 degrees, and outside it's 33 degrees a foot down. So if the temperature out here drops any, or I mean comes back, you know how we have them warm days in wintertime sometimes. If we get 2-3 days warmth right in a row, where this river, or this, I said river again, this pond opens up, you can see it's unfreezing on top now. It's always been unfrozen by the waterfall, but you know there's some koi over there you can see, and you know there's some koi down here. So if this comes up to, you know, oh, look at the water over there, we're flooding over here. Look at the flood. That's just snow runoff up into our yard, out of the river. That's all. There's the river's overflowing, and then all the neighbor's yard is flooding big time. Wow. So anyways, if we get a few warm days, we can get the fish out here because I want it within 4 or 5 degrees of the same temperature. So if the water outside gets up to 50 and it's 54 in here, the water temperature, then we can go ahead and transfer these out. But if not, we'll have to keep them till spring in here, which will be okay because you can see we've kept them other koi over in that tank. Has been there for, geez, close to a year now. All summer and now all winter. So it ain't bad for them. It's just I'd rather have them in the pond. But, you know, because of the different medical reasons, I don't want to add these to the pond yet. And the previous owners kind of probably upset, but I can't add these into my pond until they're completely healed up. What do you think?
I wholeheartedly agree.
The whole backyard is flooded.
I've seen that. It's a big mud pit.
Yeah, well, not only our yard, the guy next door, his is entirely flooded. I don't know, is that just snow melting?
No, it's all the rain from today.
It wasn't barely raining though. It did rain all day, but it wasn't like a super hard rain. But you see the guys are set up and they're all, nobody's breathing hard, see them nice and casually, they're just breathing. Nobody's breathing hard and stressing. That's gagging. Just a slow breathing. This guy. Everybody's casual. How pretty your fins are. Alright, so, got anything else to say about this one?
Nope, I just see another 750 gallons that we just set up though.
Yeah, and I mean, we just got this tank here a month ago.
Not mentioning no names.
Not mentioning no names, Matt.
Although-
I mean,
Joe.
all these guys talk about what they're gonna do. We get her done. You are so pretty. I wish Tracy was here now. She'd be just on my butt. Do a water change. Get that medicine out of there. I want it clear. She's so cute. All right, Josh. Let's wrap this up. And
Alright, well, you guys have to stick around to see ultimately what happens with these guys, most likely in the springtime. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys want to see more crazy adventures with the Ohio Fish Rescue, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And as always, stay fishy, my friends.